Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin has gotten a massive pump and now a lot of people have gotten completely wrecked and liquidated. But let me show you exactly what can potentially be the next move. Now, first you're going to see Bitcoin is right now, after taking the liquidity below our recent low right here, experiencing a massive pump of approximately 11.6%. That is of course also one of the reasons why all of our trades right here on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, XRP and also Solana are being in a beautiful profit. And also what you're going to see, all of our trades right here got an entry almost exactly at the bottom. For example, right here on Bitcoin, our entry is 63,000 US dollar area when Bitcoin literally bottomed out and then started moving significantly towards the upside. Also, in our yesterday's video, I did share with you 3 very important golden Fibonacci ratios you should really pay attention to. The first golden Fibonacci ratio we made from this specific high back towards this specific low, and right now it really does look like the golden Fibonacci ratio broken towards the upside. The second golden Fibonacci ratio broken towards the upside, and right now of course Bitcoin did hit almost exactly also the third very important area of resistance, the golden Fibonacci ratio at approximately 68,800 US dollars. We are going to talk about this major area of resistance in a moment, but also with the entire push towards the upside. Of course, unfortunately, a lot of people have gotten completely wrecked and completely liquidated. People that were holding a short position right now, of course, completely wrecked. Over 483 million of short positions completely wrecked and destroyed in the past 24 hours. But the thing is, if Bitcoin right now does continue higher, probably we are going to liquidate even more people from the entire crypto market. A lot of people, maybe even at this specific area, are going to turn once again bullish, and only then we might get another major collapse back towards downside. And yes, today I'm going to show you exactly why potentially we can still be expecting right here higher targets, and after we are going to hit a certain price target, we could still actually get another major push down, maybe even below our recent low right here. But let me right now first of all zoom in, let's just say on the 1 hour time frame, to talk about a bullish Elliot wave count. What can you right now actually see? Bitcoin potentially only a few hours ago completed the first impulse right here. We got a correction. Right now, we might even still be forming our third Elliot wave. Then of course, we can be expecting a rejection back down. And after the fourth one right here is finished, we can then be expecting another significant push towards the upside, ideally of course above our recent high, above approximately 72,000 US dollar area. And let me right now share with you exactly why is the price target of the third Elliot wave right here such an important level. What we are going to do, let's go with our Fibonacci extension tool. I'm going to zoom in even more on the 30-minute time frame to measure the one-to-one Fibonacci extension level of this entire first impulse towards the upside. And now, putting the third pivot at the start of our last push up, you're going to notice the one-to-one Fibonacci extension level on Bitcoin is right now going to come in at approximately 70,250 US dollars. And trust me, this specific level right here is really not a random one. What we can right now also do, let's go for example on the 2-hour time frame, measuring right now the entire bottom price action with volume, and you can right now see the one-to-one Fibonacci extension level right here is aligning, and I'm not even joking, to the exact dollar accuracy with the upper volume area of resistance at, let's just say, 70,250 US dollars. And that is right now why ideally of course we are still looking right here for another push up, take the liquidity above this specific high, take the liquidity above this specific high, hit our one-to-one, hit our volume area of resistance, and only then potentially we might be getting some kind of a rejection back down for Bitcoin to then start forming the fourth Elliot wave. And that is right now also why I would appreciate if you smash up the like button, because 1,000 likes are really possible. And of course also thank you for subscribing to the channel right here. Right now, let me do share with you exactly at what very important area is Bitcoin trading at this specific time, and also what are going to be our higher price targets, and also why potentially after we hit our targets right here, we might still be expecting another major collapse back down. Now first of course, we need to identify our golden Fibonacci ratio, where we are trading as right now, going from our exact high right here back towards the exact low. Sure, of course, I think we can all agree Bitcoin is right now hitting quite an important golden Fibonacci ratio, and trust me, this specific area is also not a random level. level. We can right here, of course, also identify a liquidity level in Bitcoin, the recent high, 68,600 US dollars. Also, we can right now go with our high term time frame areas of resistances, another daily level right here, exactly at our golden Fibonacci ratio. But not only that, as you probably know, the biggest volume cluster of the entire bottom price action coming in almost exactly at our golden Fibonacci ratio right here. So yes, right now Bitcoin is definitely trading at a significant area of resistance. And if you're right now going to ask me, bro, is it smart for me to enter another long position on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, maybe even on XRP? In my opinion, looking for long positions where we are as of right now is definitely not really going to be a smart idea. Why so? Because after such a big push towards the upside, directly into a major level, of course, no way I'm looking for another long trade. The only trade I'm right now actually interested in is going to be another short trade. But more about the short trades slightly later. Right now, we do need to talk about what is going to be our higher price target if Bitcoin right here is going to continue higher with our very impulsive 5-wave price structure straight towards the upside. And as we said before, a very important level I'm right now paying attention to, where also personally I do have right here an alert set, is literally going to be exactly above the recent high at approximately 72,200 US dollars. This specific level on Bitcoin, in my opinion, is definitely a very important one. Also because when you right to go on the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, zooming out on the 2-week time frame, what you're right to going to see that biggest liquidations, of course, they were already hit only a few hours ago right here after going above the recent high right here. But right now also another liquidations cluster on Bitcoin is going to be at approximately 71,000 US dollar area, where another 220 million of short trades are going to get completely wrecked and completely liquidated. And that is right now why this specific high right here is definitely a very important price target if Bitcoin right here does continue even higher back towards the upside. Of course, if we start breaking this specific level, then probably we are going to go even higher towards the upside, towards our higher semi gap that is going to come in, let's just say, at 80,000 US dollars. But this specific zone right here is quite high from this specific high right here, and that is right now why we really need to trade from level to level. Right now, first of all, targeting our recent high only at 72,200 US dollars right here. Now, let me also do share with you another thing I'm paying attention to. We are going to right to go on the daily time frame, because a lot of people in the comments actually ask me, bro, when do you think Bitcoin is going to go out of the current some kind of a bear market and start moving impulsively towards the upside, maybe even towards another all-time high? Here, you only need to pay attention to one very important trend line area of resistance. We are going to go from our all-time high right here, connecting the lower high that was formed on 14th of January 2026. And of course, what we can right to say, if Bitcoin is able to reclaim this major area of resistance towards the upside, break the trend line, what could that potentially mean? Because it's a trend line, it could mean breaking the level could potentially change the trend back towards the upside. And of course, if we are going to be able to do something like this, happy days for Bitcoin. Let's look for even higher price targets in the upcoming weeks. And that is right now why, of course, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 30,000 US dollar bonus with the first link down below in the description. Because when you register on Bybit, you're going to get 20 USDT completely for free. Then make sure you deposit at least 100 US dollars, because you're going to get another 20 USDT. And also, when you're going to open up your first trade, you're going to get even bigger bonuses using the first link down below in the description. But also on Bybit, you are able to trade not only crypto, but Forex, commodities, and also stock CFDs. But if you feel slightly more risky, you can also trade brand new altcoins that are being released. So taking an advantage of the free bonus using the first link down below, in my opinion, it's actually quite a smart idea. But right now, let me do share with you why potentially after Bitcoin gets another push towards the upside right here, we might be getting then another rejection back towards downside below our recent low. Something very, very important that a lot of people actually forget. Usually, we get a bigger reversal towards the upside or towards the downside after we take the liquidity below our recent low. And what you're right now going to see, with the low that was formed on Bitcoin only a few days ago right here, it was not actually a lower low, it was a higher low right here. What does it mean? Liquidity below this specific low is still not taken. And what we usually say, a bigger move on Bitcoin usually happens only after liquidity is actually swept. Because for example right here, Bitcoin got the low right here, the initial push down, then we started forming another higher low, and also right here another higher low. So of course, looking right now at this historical price action, we were forming higher lows, and right now of course we got a push down, taking the liquidity below all of our recent lows right here. Also, before we started moving towards the upside, we took the liquidity above our recent high. We of course needed to liquidate a lot of people from the market before getting another major push down, and those liquidity grabs literally happen all the time. Also, for example, at this specific area, took the liquidity above the high, get a major push towards the downside. And that is right now why, if we really want to get a major reversal right here, in my opinion, this specific low right here really needs to get swept, which simply means potentially, of course, right here, we are going to look for another push towards the downside for Bitcoin to go below 60,000 US dollars, maybe even in the upcoming days, but nevertheless, at least as right now, we are still looking kind of bullish. But when potentially we might get slightly more bearish on Bitcoin, because of course, what if we are not going to go right here higher? What if Bitcoin is already right now going to get a major reversal back towards downside? In this scenario, the only level I'm paying attention to is actually the value area low of this entire bottom price action, because what you're right now going to see, the bottom volume level is coming in at approximately 66,000 US dollars, and definitely breaking this specific level is a major red flag for Bitcoin. So if we are going to lose this specific area, of course, we are then going to say probably another major push down is going to happen below this specific low, and also of course then below this specific low, below 60,000 US dollars. But at least as of right now, locally speaking right here, in my opinion, Bitcoin looks kind of bullish. So ideally right here, we are looking of course for another push towards the upside. We are going to see how Bitcoin is going to behave exactly at the value area high, slightly higher at approximately 70,000 US dollars. But as we said before, when we do hit this specific level, potentially we might be expecting some kind of a rejection back down for Bitcoin to then form the fourth Elliot wave, and only after the fourth one is finished, we could then be expecting another push up above our recent high, where of course potentially we could be paying ourselves and taking some profits on all of our long trades on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, XRP, and also Solana. That is right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 30,000 US dollar bonus with the first link down below in the description, because when you register, you're going to get 20 USDT completely for free. You deposit at least 100 US dollars, you're going to get another 20 USDT, and also when you're going to open up your first trade, you're going to get even bigger bonuses. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.